is he?
Ah, the guest of honor. The Duke of Tintagel. The greatest match in England.
Americans, they say.
Outspoken then and vulgar. Imagine the bucket loads of cash.
Or imagine them as human beings with no interest at all in your opinion and not caring if you're a king or a mister.
I didn't know anyone was...
Well, I startled you. If I'd known there was somebody else,
You're an artist?
I paint.
Really? I'm Nan.
Theo.
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 Sometimes a person looks at you and immediately you know. You'll remember it till the day you die.
I'm sorry, it's rare, I believe, to be able to talk so freely with a person you know so little.
Do you think so? I think it's easier somehow. Theo!
Hello there. Perhaps we might... I'm often down here to paint or swim.
No, I'm afraid we're going home to New York.
I struggled to find you at first.
Yes.
Where have you been?
Just, there.
I could pretend I was just passing today, or had some kind of garden fascination. But the truth is, I set off from Tintagel at first light with a quite deliberate intention. This is ridiculous, of course, and I apologize, the speed of it and everything. I think you're extraordinary. Goodbye. Truly. And on the beach, the two of us had this. Well, it felt perhaps like you felt it too. Maybe.
No, I didn't know he was a duke.
She didn't know he was a dude.
Oh, she thought he was an artist.
Well, why don't you just
Stop it, seriously. How can I marry him? I've met him twice. He barely knows me. He knows nothing about me at all.
Might you do me the honor of being my wife?
From the Duke.
Hello.
So you're not painting then?
I fear I may have ambushed you at Runnymede.
By being a secret duke.
But it's her whole life. She barely knows him.
Are we still talking about Ginny?
When I asked you to be my wife, I wanted it to be a pure question, unburdened by context.
What do you love about my son? Quite right. You barely know him.
If you feel it's not the life for you, then you must call it off.
My son barely knows you, of course, but I'm afraid he's impossibly in love with you.
Did he say that?
His face has never once softened the way it softens when he mentions your name.
But I would like to show you, if I may, the full picture, so that you can make a real choice. It's a sanctuary, I suppose. I don't paint people, generally.
To be a duchess.
To be with me, the actual me.
And you and Theo... How can I even think about marrying him? I thought you didn't paint people.
You're not people.
I don't even know who my mother is.
Well, nobody knows, so how would he ever find out?
I thought you were going to be late.
I missed a chance to be shouted at.
Nan, this is Guy Thwart, my oldest friend.
They've given you the yellow room, then? Quite right, of course. Far more important than me now.
You're all Mother's talked about. Well, you and Nan.
Yes. I imagine she wants to hear all about Nan.
Will you tell him? Will you tell Theo about my mother?
He's a duke. And he resents it, of course, every day, but Nan, he absolutely lives by it. And for a duke to marry...
Someone like me?
That weekend at Runnymede, Nan and I talked a little.
And isn't she extraordinary?
He'd be a laughing stock. He'd lose any shred of credibility or authority. You haven't told him yourself.
No, it just makes people run away.
But she's entirely remarkable.
I heard you propose after about 3 minutes.
And it could easily have been 2.
I've never lied to him. Our whole lives.
And tonight,
Marriage. Be sure you know all there is to know.
what am I doing? I am pretending to everyone.
Well, what's the verdict?
I believe Nan will surprise us all.
There you are.
Hi.
Even my mother's gone to bed.
Well, I'm not sleepy. I would very much like to marry you.
Are you certain?
But the most important thing is that I'll have you.
Yes, you will.
I'm so sorry. I did not know there was going to be a
No,
party.
I'm intrigued.
My dearest Nan, my feelings for you can no longer be kept secret.
And I don't think it's a lie when it's to protect someone you love. It's okay to turn your back to hide that you're scared. But Theo's honest. Theo, slow down, slow down.
I love you. Nan, do you want me? Do you want me? I want you to say it.
Yes. Yes, I do. I want you. Just before we go back inside, I wanted to tell you something. I've just been wanting to say.
Are you happy? With me?
Of course.
Then don't tell me anything that might spoil it.
And you always celebrate at Guy's.
Every year. It's always a huge party.
Oh, there he is! Guy! Good to see you. We missed you.
Here he is, fresh back from New York. Welcome, both of you. Mother always had us chopping wood for fires.
Oh, I can help. I can chop wood.
Guy was just telling me how much he was looking forward to your arrival. Now, Jean, has he not offered to help with your luggage? Also, Jean's quite lovely, don't you think? Beautiful and from a very respectable family. Why wouldn't you want to get to know her? It's not as though you're getting to know anyone else.
Why'd you let Jean think the invitation came from Guy?
Well, I doubt she'd have come had she known it was from me.
Well, she's not a hat that you can just toss around just because it doesn't suit you.
No, I know.
It's humiliating to show up uninvited.
Why are you getting so upset about this? The guy's my dearest friend. Don't we both want him to be as happy as we are?
Yes, of course. And I want Jean to be happy even more.
And then what exactly is the problem?
Despite everything I put in my telegram, so I'm not sure why you're so
Wait, what
bothered
telegram?
about the telegram.
What did it say?
Where do you find the audacity? I am engaged to your best friend.
That is not in any way news to me.
Happily engaged, I should add. My mother isn't my mother.
Why should I even speak to you? After you left me at Runnymede, I told you my most precious secret and you couldn't run away fast enough.
But I came back to apologize. I came back almost immediately and you're already engaged.
Well, how convenient.
I am desperately in love with you, and I have been since the first second I set eyes on you.
There you both are.
Showing Nan the walled garden.
You know I have a 15-year winning streak. You've beaten me every single day of our lives. In a number of ways. Doesn't mean you always will. Lizzie and Ginny still aren't back yet, so we were just about to start a game of poker. Are you in?
Oh, I don't know.
Theo.
Or maybe you could even stop looking for that rich American bride you've been after. That was your plan, wasn't it? When you went to New York? Save the family fortunes with a wealthy match? The way I treated Jean and those things I said after the poker game. That's not who I want to be. The truth is, I've always been a little jealous of Guy. He's so effortlessly likable. I'm out of control of it and utterly terrified of losing you.
Really?
Joint winners, joint snowball champions.
Here I am.
Your Grace.
Delighted you could make it. And did you arrive with the funds here? I see guys looking after you.
Oh, we're looking after each other.
Welcome, both of you.
Hey, Grace, Merry Christmas. I hope you've had a really wonderful
I'm going to ask you to pack your bags and leave immediately.
How do you... Who told you?
Theo will be hurt, of course, but he'll see entirely your union isn't possible.
I've had enough of being frightened, and I have something that I want to say out loud. I'm illegitimate. My father was unfaithful, and Patricia St. George is not my natural mother. Although I've come to believe that motherhood is much more than blood.
Annabelle St. George, you are the woman I want to marry. That'll never change. I love you.
Theodore, we need to talk about this in private.
Of course, everyone will know. They'll all be whispering.
Can you believe he's still marrying her?
It can only be love.
Or witchcraft.
So how is Nan? Hiding from all the high horses?
I need to go find my friends.
Nan's with her friends. Good of you to be concerned. But I know my fiancé better than you.
I am being treated like a stray dog who you were kind enough to adopt.
In a week, you'll be the Duchess of Tintagel and have all the legitimacy and respect you could wish for.
No, your legitimacy and respect.
Why aren't you more grateful? Nan, you're forgetting that the minute you revealed your secret at Christmas, I immediately overlooked it.
Well, how can I ever thank you? Guy! This is Guy Fort. This is Theo's oldest friend.
I hope you know I'm not simply marrying your daughter. I'm in love with her too.
Do you still need help with that job?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
The wedding.
Well, it's certainly related to the wedding. Specifically my future wife and your inability to stay away from her.
Nan and I are friends.
You and I have been friends a long time, in theory. And you never once sent me a telegram declaring love.
You've known all this time and you didn't say.
That's right. I'm the villain. She chose me.
Did she?
Stay away from her!
He read it and kept it from you.
I thought it was for me. From my oldest friend. I didn't realize it would be so personal.
But why didn't you give it to me? What did it say?
You should absolutely tell her.
I suppose it was along the lines of,
My dearest Nan.
I so greatly feel the loss of you and you were never mine to lose.
You'd already decided to
You
marry me.
knew about my mother.
Are you in love with her?
This isn't about Guy. This isn't about you, actually, either. This is about me.
Isn't everything?
Oh, I think that there's a lot of nonsense talked about weddings and how you're supposed
Are you
to...
in love with Guy?
No.
Do you still want to marry me? Not if you're not sure. So first thing in the morning, let me know your decision. Tomorrow, Tintagel welcomes a new era. And I welcome the woman with whom I very much hope to spend the rest of my days.
You mustn't feel pressured. No. No, of course not.
And those pins that I had in my globe, I want to see it all. Come with me.
What?
I feel miserable asking this. The one thing I can't risk is not asking.
So I believe Nan is not coming. Annabelle is a strong-minded girl. Yes, she is. And her determination today, it seems, is to save her sister.
We need to get you out.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Guy's gonna look after you, okay? I love you.
One daughter's sacrifice for the other daughter's freedom.
Nan!
I love you.
I love you too. And love, deep, abiding love, it has to win, doesn't it?
Somehow.
Nan's a clever girl too, of course. She understands the severity of what Ginny's about to do. Nan and Jenny leaving together would be just two powerless young girls. But as a duchess, Nan has absolute power to protect her sister. And as Nan will see, the institution always comes first.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the presence of God and in sight of this congregation to join together this man and this woman. Introducing the new Duchess of Tintagel.